I didn't think it was gonna go this far. He's really taking it farther than I even expected. Like way farther than I expected. He's trying to adopt my child, and you're not a friend of the family. You're not an adopted parent. How you just gonna adopt somebody's child?
You do that. I've told you 5 times now. Reach out to the lawyer and find out what's going on between Mr. Brinkley, you, and the child. I can't say it any clearer.
In Judge Manning's court, we have a TPO hearing between the adoptive and biological parents involving a little girl. Let's get right into the video.
All right, Mr. Ponte, Mr. Brinkley, y'all raise your right hands. Y'all swear a firm testimony you're about to give in this petition for a TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right. Mr. Brinkley, go ahead. Tell me what's going on.
Okay. So Irania is Italy's biological mother. We have a pending adoption on. I have an attorney and everything for the adoption. Italy has been with me full time since she was right after a year old. The way that she came into our life is because Irania's mother and I are extremely close. She was going through some things personally, so Italy ended up coming to live with me. We ended up having a conversation where we decided that I was going to go ahead and adopt Italy. Urania signed over all of her rights and everything. And then she just decided that she was going to pretty much move to like the Midwest, but she was also incarcerated for a little while. One of the first things is I had to end up taking Italy when she first came to live with me. We had to take her to the hospital because she had a UTI, but I didn't want to take her to the hospital by myself, me being a single man with a little girl. So her mother went to the hospital with us. Well, because of her being so young, they had a defects worker come out. The defects worker advised that she could only go home with me and my partner at the time. We ended up having a conversation with Irania. We went to a UPS store in Powder Springs where she signed documentation. All of that has been emailed over, but she signed over all of her rights and everything. And she agreed to everything. She spoke to the defects worker when she was incarcerated and everything. So for like the next maybe about 4 years or so, we were pretty much chasing her down to try to have her build a relationship with the child, but she didn't want anything to do with it. She advised me herself that she wasn't ready to be a mom. She would rather, party and just have a good time. That's all fine and dandy. I told her, live your life. She'll be taken care of. That's fine. Let's fast forward up until literally maybe about a year ago now.
She's sneaky, sis.
Let's fast forward to May.
I'm sorry. So May of this year, she's told me on several different occasions that she hopes that I die. She can't wait until the day that she looks over in the casket and see me dead. I have recordings as well as my coworker, as well as my partner has heard her. She has now said that she knows my address and that she's going to kill me. She said that I wouldn't be able to speak if they were to find my body. So once I block her, what she'll do is she'll get someone else's phone. I sent that in the text message. I sent that in the email as well, where she texted me from someone else's phone, telling me that she was going to see me as soon as she was going to kill me. She's threatened to kidnap the child. She threatened her mom to burn their house down with them in the house. Let's see. She late last year, as it pertains to the child, she was at a hotel with the child, and there was some random man in the background. And so I had to, at about midnight, end up going to the hotel to rescue the child because a completely different man, which her sister sent me the address to her job.
You show me where she's text you or play me a threat on a phone?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And then I just, for some reason, I didn't get the emails until yesterday. I didn't get the paperwork until yesterday in regards to the court date. So I didn't get to email everything over until this morning, but I did go ahead and email it over. With the text messages and everything with her threatening. But hopefully you can hear this, but here is a recording.
With Irania. With Irania.
Let me speak right.
At work, and if you threaten to come to my house or to kill me one more time, we're going to have a problem. Stop.
Oh my God! I'm gonna go to your house and kill you. Oh my God! You just don't find your ass. Oh my God! Let me speak to my child, bro.
Then you
just your fucking child, bro.
That's fine. Well, that's fine because Detective Donnelly has everything that you said to me.
Why
Because every time you call my phone, you get disrespectful. I'm tired of you threatening my life. I'm tired of you threatening.
Calling my daughter offensively. Fuck out of here, bitch. Get this bitch out your breath off your fucking bro. You really think I'm not gonna snap, but I'm gonna snap on your motherfucking ass, bro.
And what are you gonna do? And what are you gonna do when you snap, Uranium? So what are you gonna do when you snap, Uranium? That's fine. Irene, you've ruined your own life with the drugs, with the alcohol, with everything.
What's the threat? Where was the threat?
And what you gonna do when you find me, Irene? You're not gonna do anything. Okay, that's fine. So you know what? So that's fine. Your whole conversation is recorded, and that's fine. That's fine. This entire conversation is recorded, and my coworker has heard everything, and your threats again. That's fine. I'm gonna go to Sandy Springs right now and file a restraining order against you. Goodbye.
So that's that. When the Sunday prior to that, my partner was at home. We had just gotten home from church. She told me that she was going to kill me. That's when she told me that she had my address, that she was going to kill me. Her mother has heard all of this as well. Let's see, there was a text message. So when I blocked her from her telephone number, she then started messaging me from someone else's iCloud, acting like she was the child's father. But what she does not know is that the child's father has reached out to me, and I've had my own conversations with him where he's not aware of anything. Yes, I do. I have his contact information.
Stop arguing with each other.
Stop
arguing with each other. Go ahead, sir.
So I have his contact information as well. He didn't know that any of this was going on. Let me see what else. I had a conversation with him. I did end up going to she's called the police on me twice and lied to the police and told them that I kidnapped her. And so she tried to file a false Amber Alert on me. And they've told her if she files another false report, tries to file another false report on me, that she will be held for that. But it's constantly, she will call my phone. Like the last time, that's in the emails as well. She'll call my phone 30 times within a matter of an hour. And when I'm at work, she'll just continuously call. Again, on that, I think it was that Tuesday, my coworker, Ansley, who's on here as well, sat in the room with me as I recorded that call and told her that I was recording the call, heard her tell me that she was going to kill me. You know, and it's getting to a point now, even if I don't know if she really has my address or not, but with you threatening my life at this point, I've now had to get a protection dog. My partner and I have considered getting a license to carry because I don't know what she's capable of. But I'm at this point, you know, I could deal with, you know, I hope you die and different things like that. But at this point, with you telling me that you're going to kill me and you're going to have someone find me and y'all are going to come and kill me, it's becoming an issue now.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Ponte. I'll hear from you.
Sorry, Your Honor. It started when I was incarcerated in 2017, and my mother had made me aware that my daughter had a UTI and that I needed to sign something, but due to her real biological father not being in my life and me not even knowing Nigel Brinkley at all, I never even knew him, said that he was going to help me and that I needed to sign a temporary custody until I was released from jail, which was a week later. After that, it skyrocketed into him, oh, I'll help you, and I got this, and I'll put her in daycare, to completely no conversation, no visitation. So I was back and forth from Chicago and Georgia, trying to get myself together. Honestly, that is the truth. Once I did get established back in 2020 last year, and I came back, well, I was back and forth, and we never really even had a problem with communication. So it really started when he felt as if I was getting myself together. So now that I can get my child back, he's like, oh, I spent all this time with her. You're not getting her back just like that. I don't care if you got it together. It came back to last year. I'm like, okay, well, you're not answering my phone calls. That's a problem. That is my biological child. Why shouldn't I be able to reach out to her? You're not going to see her. I never knew where her school was. I never knew her doctor. I've never even knew where Nigel Brinkley lived. Not once have I ever knew. I still to this day do not know. He served me. I just moved into my apartment. How did he find my address? I've been open. So with him talking about my mom, I think him and my mom made an agreement upon themselves that I signed my rights over when we went to UPS in Sandy Springs, Georgia. And it was written out in paper that says that I give temporary custody to Nigel Brinkley until I was released out of jail. We never went to court. Nothing was stamped. None of that. After that, I tried to believe that he had the best interest between me and my daughter, but it was not like that. Constantly being blocked, not being able to see her on her birthday, not being able to see her on Mother's Day, Christmas. I had her for like 5 seconds. Him and his partner was so guarded over her.
Okay, so all
like,
I'm curious about, ma'am, is all
wanting-
this going back and forth where you've been calling him and doing all this. That's what I'm concerned about. As far as the
Ma'am, I have no whereabouts of my child. So yes, as a mama, I'm gonna get, out of character in the sense of me not even knowing where she is. I can't even hear her voice. That's a problem. And for you to be helping, is that helping or hindering? You're saying it says in this that I tried to force her to have a relationship, but yet you keeping me on block. How are you forcing me to have a relationship? Why would you have to force the mother who wants to be there? That's where all this phone calls and everything. If I knew where he was, then he would have a reason to say, "Oh, she's been to my house and she wants."
okay, ma'am.
What
About the recording I just listened to?
Yes, ma'am. What about it?
I mean, what was all that about?
It was basically about him. I've been telling him for years, I want my child back. And he's been telling me, "Oh, you're not even a mom. I'm adopting
Ma'am,
her."
why don't you
without
get in
my
touch with the
consent.
person he says that represents him? Get in touch with the lawyer.
I didn't think it was going to go this far. He's really taking it farther than I even expected. Like way farther than I expected. He's trying to adopt my child. And you're not a friend of the family. You're not an adopted parent. How you just going to adopt somebody's child? I am well capable, man. I work. I have my own apartment. I have a support team. Regardless if he think my mother does not support me, she very much does support me. My mother is up in age, and I'm not going to pile her on with this. Nigel needs to give up my child because that's enough. I did not sign over my rights. And if he say I did, he manipulated me into signing it, scaring me into thinking that DCFS, this is my only child and I'm young. I don't know how this stuff goes. He manipulated me into thinking I signed my entire rights over to him. And that cannot be true, ma'am. Your Honor, cannot.
It sounds like you need to get in touch with his lawyer.
How do I go about that? He just gets to keep Italy to himself.
I don't know. There's a lawyer.
I'll be more than happy to provide all of that
information. This restraining order is for 12 months.
I'll be more than happy to provide that information.
I don't know what in the hell is going on today. Ma'am, he has a lawyer. Get in touch with that lawyer. That's all I can tell you. But right now, y'all both got this is going to go south real quick. You can stay away from him. Y'all work this out. Whatever's going on. What's your lawyer's name, sir?
Jeffrey Bunch.
Jeffrey Bunch. Look it up on the Georgia Bar, gabar.org.
Ma'am, can you please explain how this is going to go?
Stand by. Listen to me. Jeffrey Bunch, what's his phone number?
Let me get that for you. It is 678-483-8800.
There you go. That's where you go start about if I can figure out that about the child, because I don't know.
Okay, ma'am. I still got questions though. I don't understand.
Questions for who? You don't ask me any questions.
You
don't ask me any questions.
Got questions for you, huh?
What questions do you want to ask me?
How does this protective service thing go? You're saying I cannot be around my biological daughter for 12 whole months, even though I've never done anything?
Ma'am, you're going to have to stay away from Mr. Brinkley. Okay?
What about my child, ma'am? I haven't seen my daughter at all. He's been literally keeping her away from me. Phone
Ma'am,
calls.
reach out to that lawyer and speak with that lawyer. I'm not dealing with the adoption. I'm dealing with the protective order between Mr. Brinkley and
What
you.
adoption? What adoption? I didn't agree to no adoption. I need to know when the next time I can see my child.
I'm going to say this
You
one
talking about
last
getting-
time, Miss Aponte. Maybe you're not listening. Maybe your sister needs to hear this. Reach out to that lawyer because whatever's going on with that child somehow involves that lawyer. And it ain't happening today. So reach out to that lawyer and find out what's going on with the child. I don't know. I have no clue what's going on as far as Mr. Brinkley and his partner.
I'm trying to tell you what's going on. He's
Okay, but-
clearly trying to undermine and adopt my child.
I'm
right
putting this
under
in
me.
place. You guys figure that out. If you want to call the lawyer and find out what's going on with the child, ma'am, you do that. I've told you 5 times now. Reach out to the lawyer and find out what's going on between Mr. Brinkley, you, and the child. I can't say it any clearer. Stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, I ain't gone.
Thank you, Mr. Brinkley. We'll email you a copy of the order.
Oh,
You and your
thank you.
witnesses can leave. All right.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Kenyard, anything
I'm
else?
sorry, can I ask you one last question?
I can't really say anything else to you because she's gone.
Oh,
We'll email you a
no-
copy. We're going to email you a copy of the order. That's honestly all I can
Okay.
say to you, Mr.
All right,
Brinkley.
thank you.
Stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Oh, God, that was horrible.